My cancer that I have is called epithelioid hemangioendothelioma, EHE for short. I am so lucky that this has been my cancer story. It could have been completely different, and was, and tomorrow could be completely different too. So why fixate on that? You're wasting your time, your energy. It's stealing your joy from today. It's stealing your joy for tomorrow. Just live. Like, that is literally the definition. Like, just live your life.
Since living my life out loud, I have heard from so many children who have lost a parent with cancer. And they've kind of given me a little bit of their perspective on what it's like to be a child. And I feel like these conversations have guided me in my conversations with our children since I've been living with stage 4 cancer. So I'll jump back to the beginning of when I was diagnosed. I couldn't hide my diagnosis from my children. They were there when I had collapsed on the floor. They had visited me in the hospital. They had seen me at my sickest. And so I came at them with honesty from the very beginning. They were only 5, 2, and 3 weeks old. And so obviously you have to use language that they will understand. And my conversations I would have with my 5-year-old would be different with my 2-year-old. Same with now, who are now 9 and 6. So my children know that I have cancer. It's a decision that we have made very early on to be as honest as possible and have that open communication. What they know is mom has a cancer that may never go away, and that every moment of every day, mommy works so hard to be here, to be with them, and to keep being mama. My children also know that we had a son that passed away. Our first baby was stillborn, and our son Gabriel's in heaven, and he's been waiting for me. So I feel like that part of our journey had made it easier to tell our children that if and when this cancer does decide to take me out, it'll be Gabriel's turn to have mama, and they know that. And I hope it makes it a little bit easier when the time does come. Maybe I'll be 97 then, but that it'll be Gabriel's turn. They get that. Hearing from those that have had parents that pass away really opened my eyes to how important it is to have the communication be open and honest. So many kids have shared with us that they were kind of kept in the dark and that they were not given any information about, let's say, use it as a mom. A mom had cancer and they watched their mom physical changes happen and they didn't know why. They'd watch their mom be admitted back in hospital and all of a sudden their random aunt would come and take care of them and act as if everything's fine, and they'd go and chase joy all day and they'd be asking the question like, but where's mom? And one child shared with me how they were told their parent had had cancer 1 week before they died. They didn't have enough time to ask any questions to their parent, to get to know their parent on another level where they weren't going to have the opportunity to ask these questions that they always wanted to ask. So it really has shaped me to be as honest, especially with our oldest. But at the same time, I caution myself sometimes because you don't want to worry them. You don't want them to start thinking about things that you don't need to worry about yet. So my response to them is always, I will tell you when it's time to worry. Right now, mom's doing amazing, and I'm trying my best in this thing called life to be as healthy for my mind, soul, and body as possible. So when I exercise, that's medicine. You know, when I eat the way I do, that's mommy's medicine. Just trying to share with them that it's not just the physical medicine that I take that's helping my cancer, it's everything all around me. So they respect when mommy has to go and exercise. They respect when mommy jumps in the cold plunge and they're there supporting me and rooting me on because they know I do that for mental resilience and all the things that are keeping me alive. So I think if you're questioning with yourself, do I tell my children or do I not? I can't give you what's right or what's wrong. I only can share with what I have learned from others who've openly expressed their life choices with me, and what I've chose to do with our children through guidance with my husband. I think our children are a lot smarter than we think. They can pick up on our cues, they can pick up on all the stressors that are around them and us and how that plays a role in our day-to-day lives. So I think if you're questioning it, it's important to consider it. I also want to share, I don't hold any judgment towards others who choose to keep their children out of their cancer journey, that want to protect them and not share with them anything. I actually have personal friends that have made that choice. And this is just a personal journey, friends. We're all just in this trying to do the best thing we can in this thing called life. And so never question your own decisions on that. You might make your mind up, you're doing this one way or no way, and all of a sudden you're changing it. And you've decided, now I'm going to be honest. You be honest. There's no right or wrong answer. So I think it's important that you have a support person like my husband that I can bounce these ideas off of, and we decide, okay, we're going for a scan today. When are we telling the kids? Do we tell them the night before? Do we tell them a week before? When you get your results, unfortunately, I've had progression the last year's worth of scans. What do we share with them? How much? Living my life out loud has made it almost easier to tell my kids too, because we're all living our lives out loud. If I tell you my updates on my scan, my kids go to school, you see my children, you're gonna know, they're gonna know. It's important to put it all out there at the same time, so that way the children don't find out through somebody else. That's another thing that I had shared, that was shared with me by others, that some kids found out through other people, through the community, and I never want that to happen to our children. So they will always come first before sharing it with anybody else. And I think it's helped us as a family unit. And like I said, I will let them know when it's time to worry. And right now, Mama's doing great. So I wish you luck at having those conversations, because I'm going to tell you right now, they're not easy. They're very emotional. They're very hard. But just be honest when you can.